You're listening to
Northern Light Public Radio
on 102.7
KCHW.
Tooele.
It's that fun sound where, in just minutes, something cool will happen. Maybe.
You got me clapping.
Oh, good. I'm finally getting into it.
I don't know about that.
Okay. I won't push it then. Good morning. It's KCHW.
Hey, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? All right, we got Mike Bantz live from Tooele 2, or do they call that Upper Tooele? Tooele North.
Tooele North.
Tooele North. All right.
I have no idea. It should be just Tooele, but for some reason, I guess they call it Tooele North.
Tooele North. All right. All right. Good morning, Mike. All right.
Good
Been a
morning.
whole week. Are you doing okay?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm doing I'm being faithful. I'm doing my exercises on my knee, and the PT gal is proud of me.
All right.
So
I always like it when a gal's proud of me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yay. Been a long time, but I like it.
No, practice makes perfect. Okay. You're just out of practice.
Just out of practice. All right. I'm going to use that over and over and over. All right, I think we're live on Facebook and YouTube this morning. At least I hope we are. All right.
You got everything turned on?
I think so. Sometimes we've had audio problems. I hope we are. Yeah. Right.
See? You got everything turned on?
There I am. I think so. Sometimes we've had audio problems. There's two of me. All right.
So is that on a delay then?
Well, from the time it leaves the studio and gets to, let's see, that one was of the feed off of Facebook. So, there's a few seconds by the time it leaves the studio, hits the internet, gets to Facebook, and they send it out. Actually, that's pretty fast. That was only maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't very long at all.
It's amazing. Speed of light, baby. All right, so we got things all fired up. Let's do some weather and let you know what you're in store for today. This Wednesday, 34 for a high, overcast skies, light winds. And then tonight, 24, few snow flurries are possible, 15% chance of precip, so definitely going to be cool out. Now tomorrow, some snow that's going to stick around. Maybe even be a prelude to a white Christmas. Cross your fingers. 31 and 16 for the high and low with snow showers at 60% for tomorrow. Then Friday, 29 and 23. You getting these temperatures, the snow won't be melting. Mostly cloudy and a 15% chance of continued snow. On Saturday, snow, 34 and 33, snow at 85%. And then Sunday, going to warm up to 38, which could make things a little messy. 38 and 29 with snow at 70% on Sunday. Right now, Monday, snow showers at 50%, 36 and 25. You get the pattern here? I'm seeing snow every day through the new year.
Really?
Looking at the extended forecast, there is a call for snow every day for the rest of the month. All right, so
we're going to have a white Christmas.
Get ready. It looks like it. There's small percentages, but when you look at 2 weeks straight of snow every day, it'll definitely be adding up. And be watching those overnight lows, especially on Sunday when it gets up to 38 and it gets wet and then it gets cold that night. You're going to end up with black ice and stuff too. So going to have winter travel conditions. Be ready for that. If you're going over a pass, have your chains. And what I always say is, you should always have a kit. Go out and buy the kit that if you ever, slide in a ditch or going over the pass, you're doing it at night where you might be spending a few hours in a snowbank or something like that. We don't think about it to like some of the Midwest states that get the bad blizzards. But if you are doing it and traveling, be prepared. And I know I did it one year. I bought my daughter the kit and it had the flare and the space blanket and all that kind of stuff. And the only thing I really had to add to that one is a candle, because a candle inside your car will save you, will provide enough heat to warm it up a little bit, if it's really cold. The problem, if you have a really sealed vehicle, you got to worry about oxygen. especially if you're burning a few candles. But it can be a heat source. So that was like the one thing I added to hers. It had the space blanket, all sorts of stuff in their flares. I just added a candle.
Yeah. Yeah. That was one of those things that was drilled into all of us by my dad. Because, we grew up in eastern Montana, and it's like in that part of the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, I've got my sleeping bags. I've got that kit. I've got water. I got,
You better have some snow boots in case you got to walk. I always leave stuff like that extra gloves, coat in the back of my car. And there was one cold night already this year. I thought, if my car broke down while I was gone and I had to walk, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm wearing my loafers.
Yep. Well, I was thinking flip-flops and shorts.
Yeah. It's going to be a cold walk. All right. So definitely some winter weather heading our way, which is going to make a bunch of people and the folks up the ski hill very happy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. In fact, I think the ski hill's opening up on Friday.
Yes, they are. I heard they were going to open for this weekend. So they're getting all kinds of ready up there. And the snow will help them because I think they've had to make some too.
Right. Well, and I think they put in a new system up there to make snow too.
All right.
I read that it's like 29 heads or something where in fact, I was reading something where they said that the system is so robust they run out of water to put into it.
Oh.
So,
all right. That's crazy that we can make snow.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, but you think about it, the millions of dollars that are going in up there, you got to figure out how to make it work longer.
Yep.
Just to pay it off. So
and Mother Nature sometimes doesn't want to cooperate, right?
Correct. Absolutely. Well, it's like the golf course, same way. I mean, we would rather right now that get all that snow because it actually protects everything underneath than to have it melt off and then freeze, melt off and then freeze. So, we're looking forward to the snow. Plus, the cross-country skiing and things like that. We'll be able to open that up. So
I suppose you got that big fear too when it's mushy that somebody's always going to go walk across it or something too, right?
Oh yeah. We even actually caught people with the fat tired bikes out there.
Oh,
because and what I think a lot of people don't get, especially on the greens, those are really fragile. And when you walk on them in the wintertime or you ride a bike across them or cross-country ski on them or whatever, it's hard to bring those greens back to where they were before, the winter hit.
Yeah.
I mean, the fairways are like your lawn. We don't like it because it'll create ruts and stuff, but it's nowhere near as sensitive as the greens. So we stake the greens, there's stakes all the way around them. And we tried one year to put up, the yellow tape. And
how'd that work?
That did not work well.
I could just picture it blowing in everybody's trees and
exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Oh well.
All right. Let's do it.
I've learned so much about a golf course. I would have retired 10 years ago this coming January. So I've been here almost 10 years.
All right. Did you understand, now you've got a lot of knowledge of golf course maintenance. Did you have any before you retired?
No.
Well, that's cool that you could retire, volunteer, and pick up a totally new skill.
Oh, yeah.
So look at that, you folks that aren't volunteering.
Yeah, and I tell people when they retire, that's what they've got to do. I mean, you've got to have a plan. And my plan, frankly, after I got here, was after a couple of years of just kind of feeling out the community and see where I could support things, was to do that. I mean, was to give back effectively. And I think if people do that when they retire versus, okay, I'm retired and I'm going to do nothing, you'll stay healthy, actually.
It's the quickest way to kill yourself is retire to an easy chair.
That's right, exactly.
It is.
Yeah. Well, and now I'm working on the PT on my knee. I'm in my easy chair a lot, and that is really hard for me.
Oh.
Because I'm pretty active. I mean, I'm up and
I apologize for saying that.
Yeah. So now that you made me feel bad. Thanks, Scott.
Lazy boy.
Yeah.
All right. But you're very right. They say doing that, retiring, and sometimes you're forced to because of health. You know, if your leg was so bad that you weren't able to do anything with it, and right now people are waiting for those kinds of surgeries and stuff too. There's a big line because of COVID. You could be retired to an easy chair without choice. So my comment can be a little harsh, but they do say that if you do that, your health can go downhill rapidly. Also, your mind. They've slowly found that Alzheimer's, if you're not challenging your mind and using your mind, tends to deteriorate quicker. They found things like crossword puzzles and doing math in your old age actually fight off Alzheimer's, and drinking coffee.
So what about whiskey and beer?
No, I think that kind of contributes to it.
Okay.
The slowing down.
I played Words for Friends, the Scrabble thing. And I think at any point in time, I've got 4 games, sometimes as many as 8 games going with different people across the country I know.
All right.
And that's part of it. And I read a lot. I mean, I all kinds of current event type stuff. And I get a couple of magazines I like. And so, you stay active. And then plus, I'm kind of a numbers guy. So I deal with numbers a lot, whether it's a creative district, the chamber on the marketing side, or even the golf course. And so those things, I'll be 71 here in a couple of days, and I don't feel like I'm going to be 71. So
wow. That's right. Your birthday's always around the beginning of the year.
Right. Yep.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I've seen you put in some long days for being 71 and retired. So.
Well, Wednesday's my long day because I have to deal with you in the morning.
Oh, that's
and then
horrible.
Today I finish up with a board at the golf course, tonight by 8:00. So today is a 13-hour day.
All right.
Now I have breaks during the day, but but that's what
he calls them breaks. The rest of us call them naps.
Okay, it's my nap time, And then I've got this theory about the time I do my nap time, people try to call.
Always, yeah.
Always,
the quietest day ever. You lay down and say, "Hey, I'm gonna take a nap." That phone it fires up.
Yeah. Well, and it's never anybody you want to talk to. It's always some timeshare thing, or And when it comes up on the phone and the number, because I have caller ID, and it's got letters and digits, and it's a robocall. But no.
All right.
Or somebody will come to the door, and the dogs will tell me somebody's at the door. So it's awful hard to take a nap.
All right, I'm sorry, because that's supposed to be one of the benefits of being retired is napping when you want. So, but you've kind of done that to yourself because you got all involved.
That's true. Right. Yeah.
All right, we got our buddy Chuck Ritchie tuned in. All right, and
really,
yeah.
Welcome, Chuck.
All right. Yeah. I think this might be the week he's going to broadcast. He's going to join the show tomorrow, maybe. I mean, we talked about it that he got permission from the hospital to broadcast live.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah.
Super.
Super. So maybe tomorrow we get to see Chuck in his gown. I'm hoping.
Well, I don't know if I want to do that.
No, that's quality radio right there, or whatever this is that we do. That's quality podcasting.
Okay.
Right.
That's on the spot.
Yes. We'll be encouraging people to tune in and see Chuck in his gown. And that's when I coax him to walk down the hall away from the camera. All right. So we better do, we've been yakking here for 20 minutes. We better do our nonprofit roundup. Now, I realize as we go into the holiday, pretty much everything's wrapping up. Did you had the online auction?
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, that'll actually be wrapping up today. It's ChuelaArtistCoop.com, and it's co-op with no dash in it. Actually, I talked to Indigo last night at a Grave District meeting, and things are going pretty well on it. So if you want to look at some local artisans and creators and what they're bringing to the tables that you can purchase, then please go to that, ChuelaArtistCoop.com. And it's pretty self-explanatory. And I think there's 8 pages of different items. Last time I looked.
Wow.
that you can purchase. It's pretty robust. And today's the last day because, they've got to settle and they've got to get it to people and, stuff like that. And we're not that far away from Christmas if you're getting for the holidays. So then beyond that, we move over to the chamber.
Okay.
We had the second virtual auction at the chamber, and that was finished last Friday morning at 10 o'clock. And between the two auctions, the chamber was able to raise just right at $29,000. So, give them a big round of applause and thank you to the public. Are you there?
I am. Now that's a little bit, I was playing applause. You might not have heard it. You told me to.
Okay. Yeah, but you never do what I tell you to.
Oh, so that's a little bit less than though what they're used to having when they have the dinners and stuff, isn't it? It falls a little short.
It is, yeah. The last time we had a live dinner, I think the total ended up at net after expenses at about 38. So it's about $10,000 less. But on the other hand, we've been fortunate enough to get some grants and things like that to help make up the difference.
Okay.
And that's actually a new skill set, because we never did that up until the COVID thing. So now we know where to look and what to look at. And as you know, with the radio station, there's actually more money out there in grants than you know. You just got to figure out how to access it. And then, of course, get it applied. But so the chamber, I think, overall is doing fine from my perspective. I do know they're going through projects at the moment to try to figure out what to do with some of these funds. And I think they've narrowed it down to 3. And once they pick that, then, of course, I'll be talking about that, on the show. And I got to give you a kudo. Last week I was really promoting chamber bucks. And for the person you don't know what to get them for the holidays.
Yes.
And Sandy, I walked in there yesterday and she showed me the stack of people that had gone to the website and purchased chamber bucks after that show.
Oh, so you can see like a direct result from plugging it on the radio.
That's right.
All
so
right.
I'm going to plug it again.
Okay. All right. More applause then.
You can get chamber bucks. Chamber bucks are like as good as cash, actually, at 40 plus different places in Chihuahua. You can get them in all kinds of denominations, from $5 up to, whatever at that point in time. They're unique in the fact that if you write the chamber a check for $20, you get $20 back. There's no premium charge. A lot of places there's a premium charge. That's how one of their fundraisers. In this case, the chamber doesn't do that. You can get them at the Independent. You can get them at the chamber office during regular office hours. And you can go online to chihuahua.org and order them online. And then what Sandy does is when they're ordered online, then she'll contact you and figure out how to get them to you, stuff like that. So I think that's still a huge opportunity, a great opportunity to support your local community. And then, of course, the last thing, shop local. I mean, I love that tagline. When's the last time big box store supported your kid's baseball team, did something in the community like the Boo Fest thing, or the city sidewalks, or the nonprofits this chamber supports? I mean, that just doesn't happen.
I've had the same problem going to corporate stores locally and into Colville and getting them to support public radio. It's just not something that they do. Or there's so many ridiculous hoops to jump through, you just give up.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And you're not, in a lot of those cases, you're really not dealing with somebody face to face. In fact, it's even hard in a lot of them to even talk to somebody.
Yep.
So everything is online. And I think in a small community like this, the more you can get in front of somebody and really tell the story of what Chihuahua is and how it's unique, then your chances go up dramatically. A couple other things the marketing committee at the chamber is working on is we'll have another stay and play package coming up. It goes into effect January 1st. We'll promote that in a variety of different places. In fact, we've got to get that to you as far as that goes too. This is a skiing package. So there's lift tickets, there's restaurant coupons, there's places to stay, like at the Nordlig is a sponsor for that. And we really are trying to pull people into town, but that'll come up. We're basically gonna put together a Valentine's promotion. Sometime after the first of the year, we'll start talking with Jason Perrin at the schools to see if we can develop some kind of, I call it a DECA type thing, but it's like an intern program for the high school students so they could get into the business and start getting some experience that way. We've got Chamber After Hours. If once COVID is getting closer now, it seems like a good deal. Business classes, if you own a business or you use MailChimp, where Shelley Stevens is going to be gracious enough to do a class on MailChimp. We're talking about working with the city on some landscaping guidelines for downtown. Brandon sent me some stuff. We're going to work on seeing if we can qualify for the Main Street program, which is a large grant program in the United States. And in the state of Washington, from what I read, if we do that, then we can access B&O tax dollars to offset that for grants. So, I mean, there's a lot of things the Chamber is doing behind the scenes, I guess is what I'm trying to say, that'll pop up next year.
All right.
Yeah. And I want to really give a shout out to Sandy. I mean, I've met very few people that work as hard as she does in their position and is passionate about making sure things are done. I mean, I got an email or a text last night, I don't know, 7 or 8 o'clock that says, oh, I thought, we need to let Scott know what the auction did so we can thank people. I mean, so
even after hours, she's thinking about it, right? There you go.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if nothing else, stop by and say hi, and I mean, tell her you appreciate her, that type of thing, because we really do as a chamber. So.
And it's really nice to see these groups that have had to change things because of COVID, move away from live auctions and that kind of stuff, and have them be successful, just like you guys did. You said between the two different ones you did this fall, 29, right?
Right at 29,000.
That's an amazing amount of dollars that the community has come up with, and you got to think it's really double those dollars because you've had businesses donate those items, give them to you for free, and
right.
people, businesses and people, to auction them off, and then you have people in the community that come buy those items. And many times it's the business owners themselves buying something from the other business owner. But it's like a double donation system. You got people that donate
right.
the product and then people that come in and buy it and to support your organization. And as we've heard, I don't have stats on the ones for Hands Across Nations, but there's another one that just happened, and they had said it was going extremely well. So it's really cool that people are hopping on their computers, getting online, logging in with their phone, and supporting these organizations and bidding on these things. So
right. Yeah, it'd be very hard in a small community like this to make things happen if people didn't support those. And so, my hat's off to Chewelah as a community, because you're right. There's two sides of the equation. There's the businesses that donate whatever it is, and the individuals, and then there's the people that purchase it at the same time.
All right.
So.
All right, I got a couple of questions for you, and that is the pies still going on? Can I still order pies from the Rusty Putter?
Their pies, they're actually cheesecakes. What they decided to do for the Christmas, for the holiday. And you can order them through the 20th of December, and the final day of pickup will be on a Wednesday. I think it's the 22nd. We're normally not open during the week, but Sean and Brittany and the crew decided that, since Christmas is on a weekend, that we'll go ahead and get these available and then stop by and you can pick them up as you order them. There's a pumpkin cheesecake, there's a turtle cheesecake, and then there's a peppermint chocolate cheesecake that are available. They're all $15 each. They're all made to order. We don't buy them off the truck. These are all homemade. So, they're very good. I can tell you they're very good. In fact, I almost refused to buy a full one because, that doesn't fit my diet all that much. As far as the golf course is concerned, we're going through a refresh is what they're calling in the dining room. So when you show up on the 20th, You're going to see it kind of tore apart because we're painting and putting flooring down and, stuff like that. Well, the flooring won't be done until February, but you'll see the painting and stuff being done this next 2 weeks. The other thing, Rusty Putter is open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We run the dinner specials for Friday and Saturday, and of course we close at 3:00 on Sunday. So they offer the breakfast all the way up to the point of closing. The golf course, if we get enough snow, we'll make all kinds of noise about we're open for cross-country skiing and snowshoeing and sledding. That's all ready to go. The maps have all been redone. The course has been staked out. We have a rule set that we like to have people follow. We want you to stop by the clubhouse to pick up the maps and stuff and park in the parking lot, because those parking lots by the clubhouse are going to be plowed, or they are plowed. And it also gives us a feel of who's on the course, because unfortunately we've never had a problem up here, but if you have a problem, at least you got a place to kind of get started. So that'll, based on your forecast, that might happen here pretty quick.
Okay.
So, and it'll be on our Facebook page. I don't think we'll put it over on the website because the website really isn't used a whole lot during the wintertime. So it'll probably be with Facebook, and then I'll let various people know it's open for that.
Okay.
Because we get people, actually, this is our 3rd year, I believe, or maybe 4th year. So we get people know now they can come up and do it, and it's free. We don't charge for it.
And let me know when you fire it up, because we'll be going on our annual end of year 2-week vacation here at the radio. So this is our last week doing the morning show. That won't be off for a couple weeks. So let me know so that I can work it into weather forecasts and stuff too, and let people know that it's open.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll fire you a message.
All right. Anything else community news wise?
Curative District, I think I mentioned last week, we got the notification from the state that we have a grant coming. If I didn't, we have a grant coming where we need to apply for it through projects. This is what they call a capital grant. And probably the best way to think of that is it's got to be tangible. So a capital grant would be things like the murals that were put up, the wayfinding signs, the kiosk, things like that. We met last night, and we started looking through the surveys. These are people with ideas that people would like to see. We would like to have people go onto the Creative District website, which is Creative District, ChewellaCreativeDistrict.org, and right smack in the middle of it, you'll see a thing that says, let us know what you think. Or if you just want to send an idea, send it to creative99109@gmail.com, because the goal is to have the projects identified, so the board can take a look at them and see if they meet the fiscal, requirements and contract requirements by the 15th of January, because we have to have the bids in to the state by the 15th of February, which, by the way, is 30 days more than we had last time we did this.
I know they put you in crunch time last time too.
Yeah, exactly. It's required for a 50% match. So once we get the projects identified, we're going to be looking for donations. And that's basically because Chewella is considered a community in need. Otherwise, the match would be 100%, dollar for dollar.
No,
which is nice. And we've already got a couple of people that are willing to sponsor certain things. And so as we get closer, we'll announce all that, things like that too. We did get the ad and everything taken care of for the International Selkirk Loop. So Chewella will hit there along with the chamber. They've done that for years. But the Creative District.
Uh-oh. Looks like we lost Mike. And it doesn't look like he's coming back. It says his microphone is not working. Hey, you know what, though? That is an excellent chance for us to go to break.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
All right, stay right there. I'll be back. Get hooked back up with Mike. I think that's, a couple years now as Zoomin. I think that's the first time we've actually just fully lost somebody. All right, stay with us. We're going to have trivia, odd news, birthdays, and more. It's KCHW 102.7.
KCHW.
I live in Colville, Washington. I just wanted you guys to know you got the best radio station. Man, I love it. I absolutely love it. Thanks a lot. Keep up the good work.
KCHW. Chihuahua.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock tires, provide collision repairs, including glass, and they have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chihuahua. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, December the 15th, 2021. I'm Mike Clifford. President Joe Biden visits Fort Campbell, Mayfield, and Dawson Springs today to survey tornado damage. Nadia Ramlagan reports federal disaster assistance teams are on the ground in western Kentucky, helping families apply for disaster relief.
Kentucky Emergency Management Director Michael Dossett says there are 3 ways families can apply for FEMA assistance. Online at disasterassistance.gov, by downloading the FEMA app on a mobile phone, or by calling 800-621-3362. The official death toll from the storms remains at 74 confirmed fatalities. The age range of those killed now ranges from 2 months to 98 years, and 12 of those who lost their lives were children. At least 122 Kentuckians are unaccounted for as search and rescue crews continue to comb through the rubble in multiple communities.
If you're interested, you can donate to the Western Kentucky Relief Fund at teamwkrelieffund.ky.gov. Meantime, our Emily Scott reports that disaster relief responders are assessing damage from the tornadoes that took 2 lives in northeast Arkansas and caused major destruction to hundreds of homes, businesses, and other structures.
At the American Red Cross of Arkansas, Lori Arnold says their disaster relief team has been distributing emergency cleanup supplies in Craighead County in Jonesboro. She says, along with surveying damage, Red Cross is offering mental health services, along with water and snacks to storm victims.
We're just trying to locate all of the areas, especially the more rural ones that don't get as much media attention, to make sure that we are getting through to all of the people who need help. We're seeing debris spread all over big lots of farmland and big neighborhood areas, and so a really devastating thing to see.
Arnold says some of the ways people can assist are through financial donations to disaster relief organizations. And donating blood is helpful, as many blood drives in the hard-hit areas will be canceled despite a nationwide blood supply shortage.
Similar efforts are underway in states hit by the Quad-State tornado in Kentucky, Missouri, and Tennessee. Now, for the Washington Post, a federal judge Tuesday rejected former President Trump's long-running effort to block the Treasury Department from turning over his tax records to the House Ways and Means Committee. The judge in the case, Trevor McFadden, a former Trump Justice Department official, appointed the court in 2017, said even if the former president's attorneys were correct that the House Democrats wanted the records only to expose them for political gain, they were wrong on the law. This is PNS. Wisconsin will be a major battleground in the 2022 midterms. Tribal voting rights groups are working now to ensure that Native American voters count in the next November election.
From confusing voter ID requirements to difficulties registering to vote, the groups say Wisconsin's tribal residents face many barriers when casting their ballots. Anjali Basin with Wisconsin Conservation Voices says election officials often apply the state's voter ID laws improperly to Native Americans.
One example of this is, for example, tribal IDs are valid both as IDs for voting and for proof of residence, but we know that Native voters have been turned away when they've taken those forms of ID with them.
In 2018, the most recent year such data is available, the League of Women Voters found voting sites serving tribal communities were more than twice as likely to turn voters away at registration than other sites, claiming they lacked proof of residency. For next year's elections, Basin says tribal advocates will be working with election officials to ensure that Native Americans have fair access to the polls. This is Jonah Chester reporting.
Now to Massachusetts, where a public hearing has held today on a new charter school to serve New Bedford and Fall River students. Advocates for public schools are urging the State Department of Education to reject the proposal.
Educators' unions and others contend it isn't worth draining millions of dollars annually from New Bedford's public school system to create an alternative. Ricardo Rosa, a parent with the New Bedford Coalition to Save Our Schools, says the proposal isn't in the best interests of the area.
We feel that an expansion of charter schools derails, all of the work that we need to do in our public school system to strengthen it. So siphoning money off from public schools is definitely not a good strategy.
Backers of the charter school say it could be part of the solution to decades of underfunding public schools. But Rosa thinks the best way to improve academic outcomes is to make that investment in public education, not take funding away for a charter school. I'm Lily Volke reporting.
Finally, our Michaela Savitt tells us new research shows how expanding New York City's urban forest would benefit New Yorkers' lives in the long term.
According to the Nature Conservancy report, urban forests do more than enhance people's quality of life. They help cities retain stormwater, provide habitat for animals, reduce summertime temperatures, and store greenhouse gases. But report co-author Emily Noble Maxwell explains historic zoning and housing policies have contributed to less tree canopy in many communities of color and lower-income neighborhoods.
The forest is still inequitably distributed, and there are some neighborhoods that have much less canopy, and particularly in the face of climate change, that's a significant challenge.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. You can hear us on radio stations big and small. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
This portion of programming brought to you by New Health. At New Health, they're committed to promoting health and wellness within our communities by providing integrated, open-access health care for all. Their medical care teams offer in-person visits, curbside care, and telehealth visits. Schedule today for a new patient appointment. Curbside pharmacy pickup and mailing options are available to meet your medication needs, and curbside COVID-19 tests, vaccinations, and the flu vaccine are also available. Much like social distancing, wearing a mask, and hand washing, getting flu and COVID-19 vaccines are another layer of protection for ourselves, vulnerable family and friends, and our community. Contact New Health at 509-935-6004. That's 509-935-6004 to schedule today, or visit their website at newhealth.org for a location near you. New patients are welcome, and most insurance plans are accepted, including Medicare, Apple Health Plans, TRICARE, and private insurance. Their staff at New Health wish you a joyous holiday season and new year filled with health and happiness.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Shawila.
Wow. You know what? That is the very first time we've had something go wrong and lock up, and we were able to fix it during the break, I think.
Well, I thought maybe we had so much going on in Chihuahua that, the internet god said, hey, you guys are just way too busy. We're going to cut you off.
I like the fact that you were just still talking and going, and none of and I'm talking on this end going, all right, we've lost Mike. We're going to go to break. This is the perfect time.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
Then you start giving me these hand signals like, cut it off.
It's like you were just going, though. It was awesome. All right.
I was jacked, man.
I don't know what we missed, but all right. It is 8:01 KCHW 102.7. We'll just jump right into our normal second segment. I think you were kind of covering creative district stuff there in Grants, which gets kind of dry anyways, Mike.
Which is what?
It gets kind of dry anyways.
Oh, thanks.
Just saying. I'm just saying, the whole process, to some people, they're kind of like, probably going, just tell us you got a grant, guys.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't care how the radio's built. I just want to listen to it, right?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. All right. If you didn't catch beginning of segment one, it'll be up later on Facebook and YouTube, but we did cover the fact that we're getting like 2 weeks straight of snow.
Yep. And I covered the fact that as soon as it's appropriate, we're going to be hitting the communication channel saying skiing is available at the golf course.
All right. So that's cross country and sledding too, right?
Right, exactly. And snowshoeing. Yep.
All right. So, I have some snowshoes now, so I'm looking forward to trying that this winter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have the short metal ones or the big wooden ones?
These are actually made of some kind of composite, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Fancy.
Okay. I hear it's good exercise.
I hear it's good exercise, too. I'm kind of scared of that. All right. It is the 15th. We're looking for birthdays today. We have Dakota Belltown and John Herta having birthdays. There's a big round of applause coming. Where is it? There it is. All right. Celebrity birthdays. We turn to Mike Bentz in North Chewelah.
Yeah. Well, the first one I remember because he's older than me.
Okay.
Don Johnson.
Ooh.
72. Oh, Helen Slater is 58. Molly Price, I have no idea who that is. From Third Watch is 56. Garrett Wang. I always loved that name, Garrett. From Star Trek Voyager, you probably know who that is.
I do.
Is 53. Lee Zhongjae of the Squid Game is 49. I've read all kinds of things about that, but I have no idea what the Squid Game is.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out either yet. I'm a little late on this stuff of being hip.
Yeah, that's right. You get after it, man, or you're going to turn old like me.
No.
Okay. I think a very good actor, Adam Brody, is 42. Michelle Dockery from now you always give me a bad time on this, so I'm going to try pronouncing it right. Downton is 40.
Okay. Downton Abbey.
Okay.
All right.
Downtown.
It's not down.
Abbey.
It's not downtown. It's Downton.
That's right. Which is also, I think, a great show, by the way.
Okay. I hear people like it. I've never checked that out either.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good, actually. Charlie Cox from Daredevil is 39. And Camilla Luddington from Grey's Anatomy is 38.
For some people, English humor is really an acquired taste.
Okay.
Well, so sometimes I think British shows and the humor that are in them might escape some people. Some people like it, some people don't.
Right.
And I'm sure it depends on the show, too, is one of the shows I just love, and I think it's still on Netflix. It only lasted for maybe a season or two, but it was called The IT Crowd. And it was a British show, and it was these guys in the basement of a building that worked IT who were really, really inept, and their supervisor who knew nothing about computers. But it's a great sitcom, and I like the humor. But I've been one of those guys too, where Monty Python movies can be tough to take, but when they got a good joke, it's a good joke.
Good joke, yeah. Well, I was reading an article the other day on Blazing Saddles, which is,
Mel
in
Brooks.
my opinion, one of the Mel Brooks, one of the best movies ever made.
Okay.
Well, because it's so ridiculous, it's funny, if that makes sense.
Yes, it gets to that point.
And it is a movie that would never be made today by any means. But but this whole article was talking about how Mel Brooks, that and what's the other one? Frankenstein?
Yes, Young Frankenstein, one of my favorites.
Frankenstein, were considered his two best movies.
All right.
Yeah, so yeah. Anyway.
All right, let's see. We'll have a little memory for you to relive here.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
As the sheriff, right? From Blazing
That was
Saddles.
Cleavon Little, yeah.
Yeah, the sheriff from, it's funny how, like you say that, the movie that couldn't be made today because it pushed those racial lines. But,
Right.
there's a lot of directors who do that. I was watching the Quentin Tarantino movie, Django with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
It's a Western or whatever. And there's, Quentin Tarantino's got that dark history. And one of my favorite parts in the movie, and it's because they all die, is the Ku Klux Klan is going to go after him and his buddy. And they spend a whole 15 minutes complaining about the eye holes on their masks. weren't cut right. And I just about die. And then they ride in to kill him, and they all get blown up. And it's just, but Don, you mentioned Don Johnson, and
Right.
he's the bad guy right there. But they spend 15 minutes complaining about the guy's wife who cut the eye holes in the mask and whether they should wear the masks or not wear the masks. And they get in a big fight, and then they all die.
Yeah, exactly.
And is it wrong that I find that funny? No.
Yeah, so you probably like Kill Bill.
Oh
1
yeah,
and
oh
2.
yeah. I enjoyed those movies too.
Yeah,
Kind of
exactly.
dark, but fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about history. It happened today, 15th of December. We start off in 1791. It was the Bill of Rights. The first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution took effect following ratification by Virginia. Among other things, these amendments guaranteed freedom of speech, the right to bear arms, the right to peaceably assemble, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, but not the right to infect other people.
That is true.
Nowhere does it say you have the right to make other people sick. All right, 1938, ground was broken for the Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C. 1939, Gone with the Wind had its world premiere in Atlanta. 1966, Walt Disney passed away at the age 65. 1979, Trivial Pursuit was conceived. And then on to 2001, the Leaning Tower of Pisa reopened after 11 years and $27 million to fortify it without fixing the famous lean.
Well, if you think about it, why would you fix it? Because it's a huge tourist attraction.
Yes.
I mean, and I've seen it. And I'll tell you, it does lean. You almost think you don't even want to even be around it. So
Could fall over on you.
all over on you, yeah.
All right, 2006, Romanian police said they were looking for 2 burglars who broke into a woman's apartment and left her some money. I wish somebody break into my house, leave me some money. 86-year-old told police the 2 young men wearing masks trashed her apartment. She said they rummaged for money or valuables, but only found her wallet with the equivalent of a few bucks inside. The burglars then gave the woman all their loose change and left without taking anything. They felt bad for her. This lady's got less than us.
Oh, the philanthropic or altruistic burglar.
Yeah. 2015, Mayor Flint, Michigan declared a state of emergency over contaminated water supplies amid calls for a criminal investigation. 2016, let's skip that one. 2020, Mackenzie Scott, ex-wife of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, announced she had given away more than $4 billion to 384 nonprofit organizations across the U.S. We did not see any of that. How about you?
No, we didn't either.
Huh.
Yeah, but it's like anything. You have to apply for it to get it, right?
Oh, probably.
But
All
then you need to know how to apply for it or where to apply for
Yeah, I
it.
never even heard about it.
Yeah.
And these were grants for the rich only. All right, on to special events. We get those from Mike Bentz because it rhymes.
Oh, today is Bill of Rights Day.
We just covered that.
I know
Oh.
it. You took all of the steam out of that.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to move on to the next one. It's Cupcake Day.
I still got a dare out there. Still on the shelf at KCHW. Our cupcake. It's our cupcake from our first birthday, still on the shelf. And in fact, while you go down the rest of these, I'll go around the corner and I'm going to get our cupcake and show it to everybody on the camera for Cupcake Day.
Okay. All right. Then we have Gingerbread Latte Day. And then from there, we have another cup coming up. It's Lemon Cupcake Day. And then we go to International Tea Day. So have a cup of tea, Scott. It's good for you. Ooh. Did you hear me talking about you?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
Thanks.
right. Okay. And this one is really your day.
Okay.
It's Wear Your Pearls Day.
And I do look good in them. Thanks, Mike.
Especially if you put it in like a man bun.
Oh, yeah.
Then put your pearls on.
All right. My cupcake's a little dusty. So this is our cupcake from our first birthday.
Oh, really?
All right. It was a red velvet. We had red velvet cupcakes. It almost still looks like it's in pretty good condition, too, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, that's got to be 10 years old, right?
Now, when you're close to it is. In March, this cupcake will be 10 years old. It's been setting out the whole time. It's pretty much like a rock. The frosting's starting to look a little dingy, dusty, but yeah, at any point you'd like a bite of this, Mike, you swing by.
Well, the other day, in fact, I know I sent this to you, Soylent Green.
Yes. Yeah, you copied me on the posting. Soylent Green, what is it? It's the movie was set in 2022.
Right.
So, and if people don't realize, that was a Charlton Heston movie, kind of turned into a cult classic. Set in the future, where the government is feeding us. There's a food shortage, and the government is making a lot of stuff out of soy, and they have Soylent Yellow and Soylent Red, and they come out with all new Soylent Green, and he's a cop, and he uncovers that Soylent Green is people!
See, I have to give you credit, because I wouldn't have even known that existed if you didn't come into my life.
Now, did you ever go watch the movie? No, I got to go grab something else.
I never watched the movie. No.
You got to fill.
Okay. All right. So Scott's got a can of Soylent Green. I assume you're going to go get it. I've got
too
a fill.
Short. I couldn't reach it. I was going to go. Oh, I've got a box of Soylent Green crackers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And you got a can too, don't you?
Yeah. No, that's a can of Duff. There's a can of Duff beer up there. Patrick left that years ago. And then I bought them out of Amazon because I was so excited when I saw them. It was Soylent Green crackers. And I haven't never opened it, because there's actually crackers in there that are green. Yeah.
It's probably a collector's item now.
It probably is. So.
Yeah.
Like the KCHW cupcake. Wow. I wonder if I got a glass of milk and maybe nuked it a little bit, or if I could chisel off a piece of it, if it would still taste like red velvet cake.
It probably would, actually.
After 10 years?
Yeah. Yeah, it might break your teeth. But, hey.
Maybe we can warm it up a little bit in the microwave is what I'm thinking.
That's true.
All right. Number of the day is 40. It's a percentage, and at 40 is the percentage of smartphone owners who are on them every time they watch TV. That's the only place they're watching TV is on their smartphone.
Really?
Yeah.
I would never even think. I didn't even think you could watch TV on your smartphone.
Wow. All right. During the last break, we got cut short, and we missed bits and breaks. So I'm going to send Mike that way, and I'm going to go ahead and start. Bits and breaks from my side today says thank you, Canada. A couple of guys of Canada have invented toothpaste that comes in the form of a tablet now, meaning no more toothpaste tubes that take 500 years to break down in the landfill. So it is a toothpaste tablet. All right, so be looking for that in the store. Some other inventions that have came out of Canada. The basketball.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, the goalie mask. Prosthetic hand. The very first prosthetic hand came out of Canada. CPR mannequins. Canada. Snowmobiles. Canada. In fact, when I was a kid, that's where my dad bought his snowmobiles. He bought them in Canada and brought them into the U.S. because we lived in North Dakota.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, what would come out of Skidoos?
They were called, no, that was a name you never heard of, called a Roloflex.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were supposed to tip over and pop back up.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Kind of did, but you usually weren't still on the machine.
and they were like 14,000 pounds too.
They were. All right. Shooting in IMAX film came out of Canada. Walkie-talkies, peanut butter, Yukon Gold potatoes, instant mashed potatoes. Get this, out of Canada. I had no idea. Canada Dry ginger ale.
Really?
Yeah, from Canada. Lawn sprinklers, snow blowers, the zipper, garbage bags, insulin, the paint roller, Superman. I didn't know Superman was the writer of Superman was from Canada. Wow. Road lines, and the last thing out of Canada that I have, Trivial Pursuit, and don't forget the maple syrup.
Which is in a shortage right now.
Yes. And, of course, another thing for that we've gotten from Canada, could be good, could be bad, Bryan Adams.
But, Mr. Minister, it isn't like this was the first troublesome thing to come out of Canada. Let us not forget Bryan Adams. Now, the Canadian government has apologized for Bryan Adams on several occasions.
I still don't forgive him, though. No laughter. No laughter from Mike there. All right.
Well, my bits and breaks is different than your bits and breaks.
What do you got?
I've got the top baby waking noises.
These are so like the top noises that'll wake up your kid.
That's right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And KCHW isn't even on this.
Believe it or not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the first one is noises in the street.
Okay. Outside the house.
I actually had to go see somebody the other day, and so I got their address, and they said, "Okay, it's dark out. You got to stay in the street because if you drive in the driveway, the dog will bark and it'll wake up the baby." Okay.
All right.
Oh, car horns.
Car horns. Definitely.
Oh, so next time you show up at anybody's place, just hit on the horn, make sure everybody's awake. Ooh, toilet flushing.
Wake up the baby.
Okay.
Well.
Okay. Older siblings without volume control.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah. I've actually got some relatives that way. Trash trucks, recycling trucks, you name it.
Well, and when the trash truck comes around the house, it does like shake things in an odd way. You can feel up it's such a big vehicle and it's so heavy. It actually causes movement in the house that's strange. So I could see how that would wake up.
That's right. Yeah. Well, it drives my dogs nuts when they come by. Appliances, especially the obnoxious beeping smoke alarm.
Oh yeah, wake anybody up.
And car alarms.
Car alarms. Well, I suppose.
Yeah. And in today's world, like I've got a new truck, and if somebody touches the dang thing, if I had it turned on, the alarm goes off.
Everybody's up in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, I'm sitting here, and it's dark out, and I have it parked outside, and all of a sudden my truck alarm goes off. What's going on? And then I discovered it had a car alarm. So.
I used to have one to go off in your pocket at random times. People would come in and go, "Oh, your car alarm's going off."
Yeah. It hits that button in your pocket.
Yep.
When you sit down. Absolutely. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I've got.
All right.
But new moms hate the most.
All right. You got all the baby stuff today?
Yeah, I got baby stuff today.
Okay.
Okay, so you want me to move on?
I'll go. I got one here. I'll throw in. We'll go back and forth there, buddy. I dug this up for you. It's cool things you can do with beer.
Ooh.
All right. So, although certainly not as effective as a real fire extinguisher, a can or bottle of beer can mimic one if none is available. That's right. Simply shake and spritz the fire with your beer. Your first comment should be, "That's a horrible waste of beer."
I was going to say that's a waste of beer.
But they do
Let
really
it burn.
They do really spray more than like soda or anything like that, and all that foam. So I imagine they are pretty good.
Yeah,
fire
they probably
putter
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Marinate meat. Beer is slightly acidic, and that makes it an excellent meat tenderizer. Poke a few holes in the meat, put it in a Tupperware container, a large resealable bag, and add some beer. Marinate it in the refrigerator for a few hours, or better yet, overnight. Do not drink the marinade. Probably got E. coli
So
in
you ever
it.
had beer can chicken?
I've heard of it, but I don't think so.
Oh, it's really good. It's where you take a whole chicken and you put it on a can of beer and you cook it, on the barbecue, not in your oven. And it does what you said. It basically gets the moisture up into it, makes it really sweet, and yeah. So now you know more than you want to know about beer can chicken.
Doesn't the beer can explode when it's on the grill?
No, because you've got, it's open, so it doesn't,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's helpful
and they have
information.
actually little racks that you put it on, and yeah.
Okay. All right. You can polish your pots with it. Because of its acidity, you can just pour some beer on, let it sit for a while, and then wipe it off. Great for hair. Not only is a remedy, beer the remedy for a dull party, it's also the cure for dull hair. All right. Dump a cup in a small saucepan. Bring it to a boil over medium heat. Let it reduce until there's a quarter cup left. This removes the alcohol, which can dry hair. Let the beer cool. Then mix it with a cup of your favorite shampoo. Pour it into an empty shampoo bottle. Wash and rinse as usual. You can find this online. It'll give your hair more shine and luster. You can also use it just like Coca-Cola to loosen your rusty bolts. Put some beer on them and wait a few minutes.
Right.
I never heard that one before. Wow.
Yeah, I've heard of that one actually.
Clear up brown spots in your lawn. Spray either homebrew or rolling rock. Both are chemical free on those annoying brown spots in your lawn.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got those. I might try that.
It'll kill slugs. You can catch mice, and if you put out a small pail of beer, and they'll crawl in and they won't crawl out. That's horrible. They're attracted by the smell. They hop in the bucket, drink their fill, and they can't get back out. Wow. It's a cure for insomnia.
Really?
Yeah.
So when I'm tossing and turning at 2 a.m, I just seem to get up and go
have a beer. Yep. Greg Smith, author of the Beer Drinker's Bible, says women often show up at his brewery asking to buy not his beer, but the hops he uses to brew it. They sew it into pillows, he explains. The smell of it is supposed to be a sleep aid, especially for colicky babies. He says, I've never tried it, but we get enough requests that there must be something to it. Hops is a type of flower, though, so be careful if you have allergies. So, yeah.
Okay.
It would not be a good pillow for Scott, since I'm also allergic to beer.
That's right. Maybe that's what you're allergic to.
It probably is. Let's see. And I saved the best for last, Mike, just for you. Cool things to do with some beer? Bathe in it. Instead of sipping a beer, try soaking in it. It's thought that the beer yeast helps with skin elasticity and acne by slowing the production sebum and killing pimple-causing bacteria. The bubbling carbonated water infuses the bath with minerals and invites visitors to slip into deep relaxation. Once again, though, don't drink the bath water.
So I have this vision of filling a bathtub full of beer.
I knew you would.
So maybe I'll go down to courtside and say, "Hey, you got any skanky old beer? I need to take a bath."
Oh, I'm gonna need a lot more of that.
Yeah, a lot more of that.
A lot more of that.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about difficult words to say when you're intoxicated.
Well, that fits perfectly. I love it.
I have a tough time saying some of these now.
I'm glad you got it and not me.
Hey, you're the word master, not me.
So so you say the word and then I'll try to pronounce it in drunk speak.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Specificity.
Specificity.
Well, you're not doing too bad.
Specificity.
Okay. Indubitably.
Indubitably. Indubitably.
So maybe we ought to put on the side of this, what does it mean?
Yeah.
Oh, this one's easy. Innovative.
Innovative.
You're doing well. Maybe they take another bite of that cupcake. Oh, preliminary.
Preliminary.
Proliferation.
That's what he said.
No, I didn't say procreation. I said proliferation.
Proliferate procreation.
Okay, that's better. Okay, cinnamon.
Cinnamon. That's the way I say it regularly. Cinnamon.
Okay, you know what?
What's
You'd
that?
be a good voisover.
Oh, excellent. I'm a good drunk is what you're saying.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
for somebody that doesn't drink. You do well.
I just play one on the radio.
Okay.
Safer that way. All right.
Wouldn't that be great to have Scott come on and do a storyline?
Intoxicated?
Intoxicated.
Well, let's try it. What Scott thinks about. I don't know how it got into a Wednesday show. What Scott thinks about in the shower. All right. First thing I thought about in the shower this morning. Grapefruit is a fruit named after a fruit.
Okay.
Which doesn't resemble the fruit at all.
That's right.
All right. Second thing I thought about in the shower this morning. If only 1% of the Earth's population likes me, 75 million people like me.
Ooh.
It sounds better that way than 1%
It
like
does.
me.
Yeah, I have 75 million of my closest friends worldwide.
All right, see, skincare brands always talk about their revolutionary technology, yet for some reason, none of their scientists have ever won a Nobel Prize. That's true.
True.
Right, apparently this pet has a built-in age limit because I've never seen an adult own a hamster.
It's true.
Another thing I thought about in the shower this morning, I don't know why. If there's a dead body in the living room, it's technically not a living room.
You really had to think on that one.
I did.
Ah.
Also, this one, 85 miles per hour in the driver's seat and 85 miles per hour in the passenger seat are very different.
Okay.
Well, because one you feel in control and the other one you don't.
That's true.
All right. This one's for you, Mike. Watching your phone 30 years ago was probably a sign you were mentally unstable. Now everybody does it.
That's right.
All right. Children will celebrate every other holiday before celebrating their first birthday.
I have to think on that. Children will celebrate every other holiday before their first birthday?
Yeah, because they got to go through all those holidays before they get to have their birthday.
Yeah. Okay.
See how that works? I know I'm right. Why are you questioning me?
Yes, sir.
And my last brain-jarring thought, the only way to get really good at something is by neglecting other things. So you want to be an awesome guitar player, you're going to have to neglect your children or something.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Maybe not my best idea. There you go. What Scott thinks about in the shower. Do I deserve some applause for that? Sure.
Sure.
All right. All right. I think you were out of stuff, were you? Did you have another one?
Actually, I got a little bit.
Okay.
If we got the time.
We do. We got plenty of time.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about how men and women view the holidays.
Okay. I got some holiday stuff, too, we'll follow up with. That's good.
All right. Okay. Well, 81% of the women cite cleaning and cost and expectations as the most stressful component of hosting a holiday gathering.
Okay.
Whereas 64% of the males found the stress in the cleaning. Yes, cleaning. No shopping, no cooking, no hanging up Christmas lights, just cleaning.
That just bothers us any time of year, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right. Well, when it came with how genders dealt with stress, 50% of the women wish they didn't take it out on others when they're stressed out with the holiday excitement. And 50% of the men wish they didn't withdraw or complain when faced with the same feeling.
It says 50% of women wish that they didn't take it out on others. Others means my husband. Just saying.
Okay. All right. Okay. In dealing with an inescapable stress, 45% of the women hit the bottle, compared to only 43% of the men that do the same.
I need a drink. Merry Christmas.
But if we move to a lighter note,
okay,
59% of the men and 50% of the women consider Christmas to be their favorite holiday.
Even though it's so stressful, huh?
Even though it's so stressful.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would think it'd be the money that would be the most stressful thing.
Yeah. Well, it's right. They say cleaning, cost, and expectations.
Superstitious holiday gifts. There's a whole lot of gift giving going on all over the world during the holidays. Different cultures have different taboos about gifts. Here are some feng shui superstitions about gift giving. First one, sharp objects, like a knife, scissors, or letter opener. Don't get them. It sends harsh energy to the receiver and is said to sever your friendship. And I'd like to add to that, if you do, never send a knife to a friend with blood on it.
Exactly. Well, I was just thinking you like that pun in there, sever your friendship.
Yes. Look at that. I actually had a deep thought while I was not in the shower.
Well, really?
Yeah, never send a knife with blood on it. All right, watches and clocks are popular gifts in America, but in Eastern culture, they suggest a limited lifespan. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock.
TikTok?
Yeah. Empty wallets and purses are a curse. Always put some money in it if you're giving a wallet or a purse. Put some money in it.
Ooh.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea, actually. Yeah. Yeah, you know, one of the I read a really good idea the other day that trying to figure out, it's like a secret Santa thing, that there's a chamber in another town that goes and they get lots of wallets, and then they put money in them, and then they hide them around different stores around town.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking that's actually a pretty cool idea, right?
Kind of like a scavenger hunt too. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a scavenger hunt. Yeah.
That'd be a good one for your next year's city sidewalks.
You know, that's a good idea.
Find the wallet. All right. Never give a handkerchief for Christmas because, never give a used handkerchief for Christmas. No. They suggest that you expect the recipient to be doing a lot of crying in the future or wiping away sweat from frustration. So,
you know what went through my brain?
What's that?
They're going to rob something.
Oh. Long-stemmed red roses with thorns are a no-no because they are said to cause the relationship to suffer. Yellow, cream, or pink roses with no thorns are a better choice for a holiday gift if you're going to give flowers.
Ooh. Okay.
Sweets are a great gift. They represent that you wish the person to have a sweet life, so they symbolize good fortune. And thank goodness there's a variety of low-carb sweets these days, so dieters don't have to be left out.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I'm good with that.
It says, never recycle or re-gift gifts. When you recycle a gift, it symbolizes that you're giving away your friendship with the person who gave it to you. Dun, dun, dun!
Oh, yeah,
man.
But if they don't know, what difference does it make?
That's true. That's true. All right. I got another one here. Sorry, I clicked away. The grossest thing Scott's done to save money. All right, maybe it wasn't me, maybe it was. What's the grossest thing you've done to save money? Here's what was on the internet. I'd save the excess milk from my cereal in the morning to be used the next day, and maybe even the next. I used to call fast food 800 numbers to complain about the horrible dining experience so I could get free meals. This person says I'd eat rice with cinnamon for breakfast, rice with soy sauce for lunch, and rice with ketchup for dinner. If I was feeling saucy, I would mix the soy sauce and the ketchup.
Okay.
That's like getting excited in college when I'd have top ramen, and tonight I'm putting an egg in it.
Yep.
Here's one. It says, I drove from Washington to Alaska one summer. I bought a sleeping bag in Canada, used it every night for nearly a month, and then returned it on the way home. That's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I think I bought that sleeping bag.
Yeah. Well, years ago, I had a friend of mine that for job interviews, he would go in and buy a suit and go to the interview and then take the suit back.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here's one that says I picked popcorn buckets and drinks out of the trash at the movie theater to get refills for 25 cents.
Jeez.
Could I trouble you for a new straw? Here's one that says I took a night job at the grocery store to make some extra money, and because I thought I would be able to sneak some food home. Getting food out of the store ended up being very difficult because they were careful to watch you when you left. It was pretty easy to eat stuff while in the store, though. You just needed a decent hiding spot. Mine was the bathroom. I once ate a whole blueberry pie while sitting in a toilet stall.
Oh, jeez.
I think I'm going to throw up now.
Right.
All right. So do not send me any knives for the holidays there, Mike, okay?
Okay. I'll put that on my no knives to Scott list.
It's a bad.
But I will sit in a half-eaten blueberry pie and let him think about it.
Yeah, I'll be wondering, he sent me that pie. Did he eat it on the toilet?
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
It's a little payback for Mike Betts.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
A few trivia questions before we wrap up the show with our odd news today. My first trivia question, I'm going to start off with some holiday trivia for you, Mike. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. In Frosty the Snowman, who brought Frosty back to life?
Who brought Frosty back to life?
That's right. This is an easy one.
Oh, Santa Claus.
You're right. But it sounded like a horrible guess.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah. Don't you remember watching that with your grandkids at least?
No, I don't actually.
All right. Who lost? Well, then the guest was perfect. Who lost 8,000 in It's a Wonderful Life?
Well, it's Henry Fonda, but I can't remember the character's name.
Uncle Billy.
Uncle Billy.
Right.
Okay.
Was that his name?
I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. In How the Grinch Stole Christmas, what biological shortcoming made the Grinch so mean? I have the same problem.
He's too short.
Oh, no.
Oh.
But you're close. Okay. His heart was 2 sizes too small. And what was Scrooge's first name?
Ebenezer.
And where was I when I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus?
In a bar.
No, on the stairs.
On the stairs? Okay.
Name 3 reindeer whose names begin with D.
Oh, Donner, Dixon, and Donner, Dixon. Those are the 2 I remember.
Dasher and Dancer.
Dasher and Dancer. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
And I had Donner on there. Was there really a Dixon?
There wasn't mine.
Oh, all right. In what city did Miracle on 34th Street take place?
New York.
There you go. All right. You're about 50-50 on your holiday trivia there.
Yeah.
All right. 90% of women say they think this is sexy on a guy.
Mustache.
No, sir. Lucky for us, though.
Lucky for us?
It's lucky for us that girls think this is sexy on a guy.
Glasses.
No, sir.
Oh, boy. Lucky for us. Age.
Gray hair. So you're
Gray
close.
hair, yeah.
Gray hair. All right. 90% of women say they think gray hair is sexy on a guy. I had a female friend telling me how horrible it was. She goes, women age and it's this thing for us. And she said, and then men age and they're distinguished and it's gross. All right. Nate.
See, I think gray hair on a lady is really nice.
All right. Look at you making some brownie points. Ooh.
That's right. That means they have wisdom.
Oh,
experience.
Yeah, we have one particular lady in town that's got the really long gray hair. I love it.
Right.
All right. Name the longest running TV program ever. Hint, it's still on.
Law and Order.
No, this would be a public television show.
Oh, Antique Roadshow?
No, news type program. Longest running TV program ever. News program. Still running on PBS.
It's a news type program?
Yes.
I guess I have no idea on that one.
All right, you're going to think you should have had a V8. Meet the Press.
Oh, really? That's an NPR thing?
Yeah, and running the longest, isn't it on NPR? I don't watch it, but longest running TV program ever, Meet the Press. It's on public TV.
Oh, okay.
1 in 10 people own one of these and say they'd like to be buried with it when they die. Sorry, I'm going to start over. 1 in 10 people who own one of these say they'd like to be buried with it when they die.
Who own one of these?
You've got one.
Car.
You've got one. I've got one. 1 out of 10 people say they want to be buried with it. They're so attached to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Their vehicle?
Nope, their phone. Their smartphone.
Their phone? Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe they make a call from the other side.
Yeah. All right. Okay. You say so.
I don't know. Somebody who's passed away is calling me on their smartphone. I'm going to block them.
Exactly.
Your daughter's new boyfriend is employed in the field of funambulism. What does he do?
Like F?
Funambulism. Funambal-ism.
Oh, he's a comedian.
Nope. He's a tightrope walker.
Okay.
All right. Get ready to hurt your brain. This is a riddle.
All right.
This is a riddle. I'm made of wood or of metal composed. You see me open and you see me closed. Often swinging, maybe sliding. You move me to see what I'm hiding. What am I?
Move me to see what I'm hiding.
Made of
a closet
wood.
Door.
It is a door, so I won't. I don't care where it is. It is a door. Good job. The riddles are tough. Look at that extreme brain power of Mike Bentz. Wow.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be 71 here in a couple of days, so it's slowly depleting itself.
In a recent survey, Finland was ranked the blankest country in the world. Fill in the blank.
Cleanest.
How'd you know that?
Well, I don't know. Just guessing.
Finland is the cleanest, but that's what the answer is. Okay.
Is it really?
Yes. Good job. All right. In the past 4 decades, an estimated 75 U.S. homes have been hit by what?
In the last 4 decades?
Yes. An estimated 75 U.S. homes have been hit by this.
I'm trying to think of the ice coming out of the sky, like out of planes.
So frozen sewage is your answer.
Frozen sewage, yeah.
Is that your final?
That's my final answer.
It is correct.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me because that would be
75.
That's the only thing I could think of would hit it. It would be really rare. Or a meteor. That would be the other one.
So why are planes dropping their sewage? Why don't they just offload it when they get on the ground? Why are they dropping it from the sky?
Well, they do offload it when they get on the ground. I think it's because they have a malfunction in their system.
Oh, because you hear about it every now and then.
Yeah, you do. Actually, I read about it the other day, and that's exactly what they said. Of course, they don't know what plane it came from.
All right, what people get the maddest when sewage falls from a plane?
What people get the maddest?
Yeah.
Get the maddest when it falls from a plane. People that own the home.
No.
Finland!
People from Finland, because it's clean there.
They're the cleanest, yeah.
Okay. All right. That wasn't actually a trivia question. I'm just messing with you. In the history of lawn care, what big invention came in 1902?
Lawnmower.
It is the lawnmower. Now, this is the portion where you say thank you for ending with an easy one, Scott.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
All right, Mike Bentz, good job. Trivia.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing. Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, we start off each episode of Wacky News with the news attack, where the first part is a true statement. The first sentence, a true statement, and the second sentence, a really, really bad joke, and Mike Bentz gets to kick it off.
Okay. Well, AAA estimates more than 109 million Americans will travel over the long Christmas and New Year's week.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah. A number approaching the 2019 pre-pandemic record.
Okay.
But I'm going to avoid it, Scott.
You are?
Yeah. I've already sent my luggage to the airline so they could go ahead and lose it now.
Huh. Study with mice showed that drinking the water that you boil sweet potatoes in will help you lose weight. Because after drinking the water that sweet potatoes are boiled in, who would have the stomach to eat anything? Ugh. Oh, and you know what I think about sweet potatoes.
Okay, Time Magazine's Person of the Year was Scott Allen.
Yay! What? What?
Oh, okay. Well, actually, it was Elon Musk.
What? What? I thought it was me.
I thought it was you.
What has he
you know,
done?
But it could be. I mean, I could say Scott Allen. I know you thought it might be Scott Allen.
Oh, man.
But being able to finish off a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos during a TV sitcom is not a big accomplishment.
Really? I was pretty proud of it. And
okay.
And that's
All
actually
right.
true. I can demolish a bag of nacho cheese Doritos and a half gallon of milk in about 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I could do the Doritos, but I couldn't do the milk.
You've never had nacho cheese Doritos and milk?
No.
Oh, it's better than cereal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right. It's the holidays, if you haven't noticed, and it's the TV season of commercials that pretend the average person is really going to buy their spouse a new truck or car for Christmas. Ain't happening, honey.
Hey, Scott, I just sent out my Christmas cards.
You did?
Yeah. Do you have any idea how long it took to get the whole family to smile together inside the living room of our foreclosed home?
Oh, that's a bad joke. And not true.
Not true.
This weekend is your last full weekend for Christmas shopping. I better stock up on pepper spray.
Okay. So what kind of Christmas party are you going to?
No, it's for the stores, and people get in my way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody's reaching for that last, Cabbage Patch Kid. You just a little pepper spray.
Right.
They
Or
back
more
right off.
likely with you, it's the Doritos.
Yeah. Dorito breath.
Okay, a family in South Africa found a venomous snake in their Christmas tree. They decided to leave it for the child that's the most naughty.
Oh.
Actually, I read this story. Did you read this story in your newsfeed?
It is coming up in Odd But True. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. Oh, is it? Okay,
Yes.
well, then I won't take it away.
Experts say the hustle and bustle of the holidays can cause stress and anxiety for pets, especially if you have a house full of guests or new faces. So if your mother-in-law got a new face in 2021, she probably shouldn't come around for Christmas. She's going to scare your dog. Oh, that was bad. All right, let's move on.
Bad.
Let's move on to Wacky But True as we wrap up the show. Mike Bance, you get to kick it off again.
You bet. Man, first out of the box.
That's right.
Oh, a 5-year-old boy in Ontario, Canada, north of Kingston, wanted to buy a gift for his sister. That sounds reasonable.
Uh-huh.
The problem was he took the family car to do it. Oh, I could just see my grandson doing this.
5 years
Police
old.
say-
Okay.
The what?
He's 5 years old?
Oh, well, he's 4.
Okay.
Okay. Police say they received a call from a suspicious vehicle around 7:20 a.m. Monday from a neighbor. The vehicle had come to rest in a hayfield. When police arrived, they found the very young driver who said he wanted to go to the store to buy a pink toy tractor for his little sister. The child was not hurt. The car has only sustained minor damage, and the child went to court.
Oh, man. And now
Didn't we have a story like that a while back where the kid went to court, the child went to court because he had the same name as somebody that actually was a felon or something?
Yeah, and he had a DUI or something, and he was like
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 5-year-old, he couldn't even really see over the steering wheel when he was driving the car. That's amazing.
Right. Exactly.
When the cops pulled up, the first thing he said when he rolled down the window,
That's how I roll.
Right. Let's see. Police in Japan set a trap. They're trying to find the person responsible for leaving dirty diapers on a park bench. I don't know if you remember, we talked about this a couple months ago. It was was it a mom or a dad who used the bench as a changing station and then would leave the dirty diapers behind? All right. They don't tolerate this in Japan at all. And apparently they have lots of free time because finally, after a 3-day stakeout of the bench, they found their diaper dropper. Yep, A 70-year-old grandma who thought she was doing her family a favor by removing a dirty load from the home each day and depositing it on the bench as she ate her lunch.
Oh, I have no words.
Grandma, really? You're losing your mind.
Oh, that's so disgusting. Oh, my God, that's the worst thing I ever heard in my life.
Well, not the worst, but it's up there. All right, it's hammer time, Mike.
Oh, it is. You know, in Germany, a guy went to a small hardware store to buy a hammer. To make sure he was buying the right one, the guy used each of the store's 7 different hammer models to break holes in a wall.
I'm so going to SETI's.
I'm thinking now SETI's is going to put up a hammer wall.
Yeah.
Police were called halfway through his hammer test. Man told cops he found the perfect hammer and that he planned to come back to the store and reimburse the owner for the damaged wall.
Wow. I think I have something from Mr. Hammer Guy.
Hammer?
Yeah, we can tell you're hammered. It's pretty obvious.
All right. Maybe it wasn't Thor. I don't know.
Okay.
Last one. While admiring what a good job they'd done putting up decorations on their Christmas tree, a family noticed something strange poking its head out from behind an ornament. This family in South Africa was admiring the just-decorated tree when the mom pointed to their 2 cats and said she thought there might be a mouse in the tree as they were staring at it. Mom went to have a look, moved an ornament, and a snake's head came out staring straight back at her. Quick internet search revealed that the reptile was the nation's most venomous snake, the deadly boomslang.
Okay.
Boom. That's right. I said boomslang. Snake came down from the tree and made a break for it. Boomslang! At which point a snake catcher grabbed it with tongs and took it away to be released back into the wild. Boomslang! That's right. Scott's got a new word.
Yeah, he's going to be known as Scott Boomslang.
Boomslang, baby. That's right. What do you see when you see a venomous snake in your Christmas tree this year?
We're all gonna die!
Maybe not. That's kind of spooky, though.
It is, actually.
So if you've got a real Christmas tree from around here, though, go ahead and search it right now for a rattler. Right?
Right.
That's all the time we have for our show today. I want to thank you for being here, and I'll play this for myself.
When you're telling these little stories, here's a good idea. Have a point.
That's right.
It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
And for Mike, since he admitted he's turning 71 in a few days.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Every morning I wake up, I say that.
All right, Mike, any closing words?
Hey, I just want to thank all the KCHW listeners for putting up with me for the entire year.
Yay.
And, keep in mind your local businesses and shop local.
Okay.
And it's been great working with Scott. And I guess we won't be back until the first Wednesday in January. Is that right?
That's right. We're taking a couple weeks off as we do every year around the holidays. So
that's right. And so I'll be cooking up some funny things for you. See if I can be comical after the first of the year.
All right.
Okay.
So that's your goal. That's your New Year's resolution, is to be funnier in 2022.
That's right.
That's a good one. I think I'm going to steal that too. All right. And thank you for another year of service, Mr. Mike Betts.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you.
Just another nonprofit he's helping out. There you go. And we'll leave you with these juicy words. You have a great day. Let's see, tonight on the radio, bluegrass music at 6 o'clock. And then, of course, at 10, paranormal talk radio on your radio with Micah Hanks. All happens right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. We are KCHW 102.7.
Hello, world, hear the song that we're singing. Come on, get happy.
That's how I roll.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son. No, you're doing it all wrong.
You got a lot of nerve, honey.
They will do everything possible to test us, but they will only test their own embarrassment.
But, Mr. Minister, it isn't like this was the first troublesome thing to come out of Canada. Let us not forget Bryan Adams. No, the Canadian government has apologized for